Alright, hello everybody and welcome to the fourth day already. Today's topic, as introduced yesterday, is going to be about investigating our minds. Why this topic and why did I choose it is, personally I think it's very important to actually know and ask questions and to understand, okay, what's actually going on? Why do I feel this fear? Where is it coming from? And important here in investigating our mind is really to do it out of curiosity and not a need. So saying that, I want you to introduce you into 4 or 5 different areas which I got taught as well in my first retreat, and I want to speak a little bit more about them and really give those tools to you so you can start implementing them in your daily meditation habits and daily practice as well. So the first area of investigation is to recognize and distinguish mind states that are wholesome or unwholesome. Speaking of unwholesome, in Buddhism, there are 5 hindrances, they name it like that, which actually you have to, like they tell you, okay, when those things came up, you have to avoid them. Not in the sense of avoiding, like, oh, this is this, no, fuck off, I'm leaving. But in the sense of practicing non-reactivity, not buying into these feelings, into these hindrances. You have to abstain from them. So the first unwholesome, or the first hindrance is restlessness and worry. Meaning the energy of restlessness that you always have to do something, you always have to go somewhere else, or you have to, like, you're in constant stress. And here it's very advised to just be with that feeling, and I experienced that a lot in my first retreat I did. And when I was sitting 9 hours a day, I was so restless, and I was like, fuck, I want to leave this place, I just want to go, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go. But it really paid off to just be with that feeling, otherwise I would always be driven throughout this restlessness. And sometimes I catch myself still into this being of, damn, I'm restless. But now I can detach from it. Now I can, okay, restlessness feels like that, alright. So that's the first hindrances. The second one is craving, also called greed, or it's craving and greed. So here it's very much about, alright, that you, for me, craving, and I'm going to talk that in different topic as well, much more, but craving is really like, you really want something, it's driven out by desire, it's driven out by, okay, I need to have that, and I can't be without that. So if you feel craving, try not to react on it, because it's not a wholesome state. And the first one I was already talking about is desire, wanting. And it's kind of like craving, but it's more coming out of an attachment of, I need to have that to be fully complete. I need to, you know, I want to do this, I want to do this, to fully be with what is, to feel complete finally. How many times did we actually said, like, alright, if I have this degree, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to feel like that, and then you're at that point and you're like, what the fuck, what did I do? Like, so really also the desire, the wanting, the lust, really just try to abstain from that, try not to buy into that, and try to cultivate instead the wholesome qualities, which I'm going to speak further in a minute. Then another one is aversion, hate, resistance, which is coming up a lot in my life. And here I really learned something about that. And when I feel like an aversion about something, I learned that mostly it's coming out of fear for myself. So here as well, try to see, okay, aversion is coming up. Where is it coming from? Try to ask questions, and I'm going to explain that any further in 2 minutes. And the last one is doubt, especially doubt relating to yourself, which is mostly the case. And in topic of doubt, like, yeah, when you have doubt, my teacher told me, when you have doubt, don't believe it, don't buy into it. And yeah, for me, or in general, I think a lot of people, they're not doing things because they have doubts themselves. I was into that place before I was creating this challenge. I was like, can I do it? Do I really want it? I don't know, what can I say? Do I have something to say in general? Will people please me? Will people like it? Will like me? Will I get judged? Whatever. Doubt, thought. But here I am. I'm showing you that video and I'm like, okay, let's do it. And then there are the wholesome qualities, which are actually the goal, or which are important to cultivate, to focus on. And this is collectedness, this is calm, this is joy, this is gratitude, this is generosity, this is equanimity. And if you really focus on them, you can actually cultivate them very good. And when you set the intention, okay, today I want to do, for example, 3 very grateful, or 3 things out of generosity, for example, I don't know, helping someone to get in the bus, or yeah, so that's how you cultivate them. You really focus on them and see, okay, what can I do out of generosity? Today I want to be generous, and just be with this thought, and I'm quite sure that you will find things to actually be generous about. So this is the first part. Then the second area of investigation is about characteristic of all phenomena. And if you didn't listen yet, listen now. It's for me one of the most important part actually in the whole challenge, because it's really the fundamentals about Buddhism, and it's really the fundamental about how you deal with overcoming emotions, how you deal with thoughts and whatever, and unpleasant things in general. And so there are actually 3 characteristics about everything, which is here in the material world. And it's, yeah, I start with the impermanence, which is being said, like, everything which is happening, it comes and it goes. So to say, for example, we are alive, let's start with the easiest one, we get born, we will die. It's like that, and it will always be like that. Same also with the pen or the object you saw. It was built once and it's going to not be anymore here. Same is true with thoughts and emotion. How many times did you feel happy? How many times did you cry? How many times did you feel grateful? How many times did you feel anger? How many times did you not? So it's coming and it's going. And that's the number 1 rule of what is. This is something that will not change. It's always a coming and going. In a relationship, in past relationships, it's everything. All there is the moment. So really appreciate that. Second thing is their unsatisfactoriness. I call it like that. It's like something can bring you satisfaction, but only to a certain time, because at one time it will leave. And it's not a pessimistic thought, it's just since the rule of impermanence, that everything comes and goes, there is to follow that nothing can really satisfy you all the time. For example, you buy a new phone, you're like, so nice, my life is complete. iPhone 13, so nice, what? But how long until you throw it on the bed or whatever, like, okay, yeah, it's just... So, yeah, it's nothing can really bring you instant or temporary, or a lot of things can just bring you temporary satisfaction, but there's not really something in our world which can bring you a satisfaction forever. And the third thing is the empty nature of everything, and I already talked a little bit about that now in the two other parts. And it's about whatever there is, and it's empty in itself, because we give them a meaning. For example, someone have a phone, and for someone it's very important, for the other one it's not. So we give that meaning for everything. Same with thoughts. Thoughts, they arise from and they go, but the meaning we give, that's we who are giving the meaning to something. We are the one who attach to something. We're giving the meaning to what we feel, the fear. A lot of people, everybody has fears, but some are not buying in as much as others. So here it's the practice of detachment. And then there is another part about exploring thoughts and feelings, and this is something I really want to give you on the way of this meditation practice, of these daily practices, in terms of explore your thoughts and try to see these rules about the impermanence, the emptiness of its nature, meaning that things that just arise. You have so many thoughts each day, and you don't really know where it's coming from, where it's going. Like when you have a thought, it's over. Like, but where did it come from? And yeah, really try to see that and try to be very curious in your meditation about, oh, okay, that. And really try to be with that and ask questions. For example, when you feel a certain feeling, ask yourself like, okay, where are you coming from? What are you? Like, how do you feel? What do I feel? Is it edgy? Is it... Yeah, really try to be curious and ask questions. So, in summary, the main areas of investigation are to distinguish and recognize wholesome and unwholesome qualities and cultivate the wholesome ones. Then the characteristics of all phenomena, meaning their impermanence, their unsatisfactoriness, and their non-self empty nature. That everything what there is doesn't really have a feeling, or it's empty in its core, and you give the meaning to it. And then about exploring the thoughts, asking questions, and yeah, really be curious about what's going on. And yeah. So that being said, I'm going to give you the next challenge in the next video, and I wish you very much awareness and joy and yeah, insights. Enjoy it. Thank you for watching, taking the time and being here. Namaste.